having discernment has been one of the hallmark messages that you've been known for, just having discernment about what is true and faithful to the gospel. So if you could just take a quick glance across the landscape of evangelicalism in the United States, what do the next 5 to 25 years look like to you based on what you see in ministries and methods, and what are your concerns?
I also have a great fear in the future that the churches that are going to suck up everybody are the churches with the most powerful personalities. There was a video circulating about a couple of these guys with their flat screen churches, counting how many flat screens they're on every Sunday all across the country, multiplying flat screens. And the discussion was, we got to do this, we got to do this, this is the future. The Bible knows nothing about a pastor who isn't there, whose family isn't there, whose life isn't exposed, who doesn't touch the lives of his people on a regular basis, who can't be evaluated so as to the fitting of the qualification. How do you evaluate a flat screen preacher 1,000 miles away? Where's his life on exposure? How do you know his children, his wife, his habits, his life in the community, all of which is critically essential? How does he develop leaders? How does he pour his life into others? This is an aberration. And again, the culture is pulling all of this, and I think it's pulling it away from the core of sound doctrine. Don't go to a flat screen church, period. Don't go. Don't make it successful. Don't feed that. Now, if you go to the original church, wherever the guy is, that's an option. You can see his life, and you can see his family and his children and how he shepherds and cares for the flock, and whether he gives himself to the Word and to prayer on a regular basis, whether he's consumed with the spiritual direction and the feeding of the flock of God. That's an option. Don't go to a flat screen place. Don't make those places successful. If you need to hear the guy speak, if you like the way he teaches, get a CD or get a DVD or download him if that's helpful to you. But don't let that event and that personality be a substitute for the church, for the life of the church. Find faithful people who love the Lord, a faithful pastor who probably can't compete on a national level in terms of his marketable drama skills or his preaching prowess. But find a shepherd of your soul. Find a congregation of people where you can build accountability relationships and see real discipleship, honest, true discipleship happening. Find that kind of place. We had 150 people join our church last Sunday. We have another 150 coming in next month, and this is pretty steady, somewhere between 75 and whatever every month, 85% of which are 30s and under. People say, you can't reach those people doing what you do, preaching like you preach, doing church the way you do. And our church also looks like LA. It is completely ethnically mixed. It is church. It's multi-generational. There are old people there. There are married people, single people. That racial mix is, we can't even keep up with the racial mix. I don't know whether there's 15 or 20 language groups they've come from. This is what the church should look like. It shouldn't look like a rock concert. It shouldn't be a niche, because that's an event. That's not the life of the church. I think there's a lot of growing that needs to be done in that area. One of the things that we're facing now is that there are so many frustrated people around the country who want to start churches that we have just developed what we call Grace Advance. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a new website called graceadvance.org. You can check it out. It's just tooling up right now. We're going to start providing leadership for developing churches, which what we're going to do is add a 3-month intense training program to the seminary. When you graduate from the Master's Seminary, there's a summer 3-month intense program to equip men to start churches. We don't want to start churches. We don't want to pick sites. We just want to have leaders prepared to take on that task when the Holy Spirit draws people together who say, there's not a place here that's biblical, not a place that we feel comfortable. We want to start something. Maybe it's a new community, or maybe it's just a community that doesn't have anything. We want to be able to say, we've got men who are prepared for the difficult task of doing that. So this is a real strong finishing school. We're bringing in small groups, we're bringing in the best guys we know that have faced and done well at all the aspects of that, like developing male leadership, penetrating a community, developing a strategy for the growth of the church, all the features, developing a strong prayer base, and we're going to have these guys well schooled over that 3-month period and prepared to go out. And we have about 160 of our seminary guys who said, hey, I want to be a part of that. So we're going to see how that works out and try to provide some prepared guys who will go out and who understand what the church is and can be effective in doing that, because the needs are coming at us so rapidly. We have so many requests from people who want something new because they don't have an alternative that's really viable.